Hello and welcome to the Pontiac GTO podcast, powered by the GTO Association of America. Explore online and become a member today at www.gtoaa.org. I'm your host, Kurt Rame, along with my co-host, Eric Frazee. Let's get motoring. Hey guys, and welcome to the 2025 GTOAA national meet here in Kingsport, Tennessee. Over here, my co-host, Eric. We're actually right next to each other today. You can see in the background, we have beautiful cars everywhere. Eric, how you doing today?
Good, Kurt. How are you?
You know what? I don't think I could be in a better place right now. These the cars, the people, the atmosphere, even the rain has held off. This week, we first looked at the forecast, and it was like 50% or better chance of rain every single day this week. And it's just a little rain here, a little rain there, a couple hours today. But it's been fantastic weather. And no tornadoes. What do you think?
That's always a plus when we don't have, tornadoes or straight line winds. We've experienced that in the past.
That's right. Well, guys, thanks for joining us. This is the Pontiac podcast here, powered by the GTO Association of America. If you're not a member yet, check us out at the website, GTOAA.org. That's O-R-G at the end of that. We are a nonprofit organization specializing in promoting and keeping the legacy alive of the great one. Eric?
And we do have a live audience today too.
Oh yeah,
we're a live audience over.
Hey, make some noise.
Two of them, but hey, it's a live audience.
If you hear booing, it's it's the Sickles. We'll talk to them a little bit later, but first of all, I want to talk about this convention here. Eric, I know your dad is real heavily involved in the GTO Association of America and Pontiacs in general.
He is. Yeah, he restores muscle cars.
Yep. How did you get your start into this expensive hobby?
So just him, growing up, he was, let's go get a car. Let's go to this show. So I grew up going to shows. It was always, look at that car in that yard. And now it's kind of developed into, what can I find on Facebook Marketplace? Oh, that's a good deal. Let's go pick that up. So
let me ask you this, because I remember riding shotgun in the front seat of my dad's truck. We're driving around. We see a Pontiac on the side of the road, no matter what town we're in, no matter where we're going. Did you guys ever stop and knock on doors?
Every time. To this day, he passes a Pontiac. Dad, there's a Pontiac. Where? Back there in that yard. Turns around the truck. Hey, there we are.
We haven't done it recently for safety reasons. It's getting a little sketchy out there. But I remember it was every single time we saw one, whip a U-turn, go back, knock on the door. Is it for sale? And guess what? It never was.
Nope.
What are they going to do? They're going to fix it up later.
Yep, they're going to fix it up later.
We're going to get to it later.
Yeah.
And
later,
it's hard to argue with them.
Because the cars are still sitting in the yards.
Now, I'm not going to show you here. I got I'm going to turn my thing just a little bit here. This row right back here, these are original owner cars. Okay, so I think it's one of the coolest things they have at the convention every year is they invite original owners back. So these people bought these cars brand new. There's a 66, a couple of 67s, a 68, a 70, and they've had them from the day they rolled onto the dealer lot. It's insane to think about that. How many cars have you had that you just bought and sold, and these guys had the foresight to hang on to these things? I think it's just amazing.
Yeah. So eventually we'd like to kind of talk with some of those original owners too and get their stories as to why they bought the cars, maybe why they've kept them all these years. Because if you think about it, 64, they've had that over 60 years now.
Yeah. I mean, one starter goes out in my car and I'm ready to sell it. So I don't have that kind of long end game kind of thing to keep it.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool. On the other side, we have the special display cars right behind me. Those are, Eric, turn that back toward the right just a little bit. There you go. The gray one, that was a giveaway car. 1966 GTO. Tom McCann was a shoe company. And they struck a deal with Pontiac to give away one of those cars, and that is unrestored. And then several other race cars down through there with lots of really cool stories. We're going to try to get some of those guys on camera and upload to either TikTok or Facebook, Instagram, one of those later on as well. And on the far side, we have the concourse cars. Today was judging day. kind of quiet in here right now because everybody's out celebrating that all their hard work is done. But earlier today, it was like a madhouse in here. If you haven't experienced what it's like to have your car judged, just think about taking the SAT and then having to stand next to the professor as they graded it, and you watched it, and you watched that pencil go to paper every time. That's what it's like over there. It's a 400-point
Hey,
scale,
1,000 point,
1,000 point here,
1,000 point.
1,000-point scale, and yeah, they're all over it. They work in teams of like six, and they crawl all over the car. They have these lights. They're underneath, white gloves. It's pretty amazing to see. Hours, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of hours into these cars all come down to one moment
And
to
they go
try to
like,
get that gold award.
the judges go down to, oh, that's the wrong bolt. You and me look at it and we're like, the wrong bolt. What do you mean? Oh no, they're down to that's not even correct.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane the stuff that they go over. They look at on these.
And then outside, it's dark right now, but outside we've got Popular Vote contest, and that show is tomorrow. Everybody that registers for the show gets you get to go out and vote for 25 cars. They'll have awards for that. What I think is really cool this year, first year they're doing this, is that the kids get to go get their own ballot. And they're going to have a couple kids awards. So the kids are going to go out and vote for their favorite cars. And I got a feeling those kids may have a different eye than some of the adults voting. So I think that's going to be really cool to see at the banquet on Saturday night. Kind of what car, whether it's colors or stuffed animals on top or whatever it may be, that really draws the kids' eyes in.
Yeah, probably flashiest.
Yeah, flashes. That's good. But and then we had some other stuff for kids too. That's actually the Sickles, our live audience over here. We're sitting right by the model car display and the Hot Wheel track. Earlier today, they had a model car build off. They're going to be judging model cars, and they had drag races with the Hot Wheel track over there. So they're almost solely responsible for keeping the kids involved because we understand that the muscle car area is a little bit of a dying breed here, and we have to inject that excitement into the youth in order to keep our hobby alive and the name alive. So, and they're really good about keeping that excitement up. So, Eric, what is your favorite part of the convention?
My favorite part, we just, meeting people, connecting with people every year that I get to see at the conventions I may not see numerous times throughout the year. Although this year's been a little different because I've been with all these people for a couple weeks now. But a lot of it is just connecting with people. We're a family here. It's not just about cars. It's about being a family and reconnecting with people. Like me and Kurt, we connected last year and we text almost every day about podcast stuff, about this or about that. But it's honestly just the people. What about you, Kurt?
Boy, it's the family you only see once a year. I mean, Facebook is awesome in social media because you get to you feel like you're connected, but you're not really connected until you sit face to face and have that communication that's trying to go away, and that face to face communication where you can really read people's nonverbal expressions and stuff like that. So I'm with you on that. It is the people that make this show. The GTO people, the Pontiac people here are always so welcoming. When I come, I travel with my two children, and for the last 2 years, 6 of my godchildren, and they are welcoming to the kids. They're open arms. They understand that they know not to touch, but they're like, hey, my daughter went out to the swap meet section and got free emblems because she looked at a guy and smiled. And I was just trying to buy those for money. He's like, oh, just take them, honey. I'm like, oh, I need to take her with me to more swap meets, right?
Right.
Um,
How old are your godchildren, Kurt?
I got 2 that are 1 and 2 that are 3, and then 1 that's 11 and 1 that's 13.
So the younger ones, you asked them what their favorite car is, GTO.
GTO.
And we had the one saying earlier. So at the shows, we give away a T-shirt if you renew your membership or sign up as a new member. And his one godson kept going, sign up and get a free T-shirt. It was pretty cool. Promoting them, teaching them what it's about too is awesome.
Yep. They don't quite understand what a GTO is. Any car they see drive by, they say GTO too, but that's okay.
Yep. But hey, they have fun, thanks to the Sickles who do the model car stuff and help keep it alive.
Yep. And I mean, I think they had 15 kids here earlier for the build off, which is 15 kids that are being exposed to the car life. They all may not go on to be GTO owners, but they may be able to appreciate the art form of the 60s and 70s that are in automobiles. One of the funny stories. My son, he's 15 now. The first GTO show we went to was out in Loveland, Colorado, back in 2012, and he was two, getting ready to turn three when we were out there. And so we were out. It was in the grassy field. They had the popular vote, so all the cars are out there, and we're walking around looking at them. And I like this color. I like this color. It's nice. He can waving at the reflection of himself in the side. And then there was a new gen GTO, it was a yellow one, sitting at the end of a row. And he goes, "What's this car here for?" I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Why is this car here?" I said, "Because it's a GTO." He goes, "This is just a regular car. Look at all the other ones. They look different." And I'm like, I had to explain to him. He stopped in 74. They brought them back because they were so popular. But the chrome not being there and just the body lines and stuff, he's like, "Oh, it's just a regular car, Dad. I mean, I don't know what that's doing here." I'm going to pull from the audience here. Bucket pull. Mr. Tim Sickle. Nick, you want to come pull a chair up next to him if you want to. You don't need shoes on for that. Don't worry. Make sure you're in the camera there. Yep. Yo. Get him in there.
Yeah, we'll get him in there.
All right, there you are. All right, Tim and Nick Sickle, guys. Go ahead to introduce yourself. Quick little 30-second elevator pitch, and we'll let your son do the same.
Hey guys, Tim Sickle here. Model builder, model collector, car collector, anything automotive. It's like I'm in it at some level. Been that way all my life. Like I said, I started probably around 6 years old, and I don't think I've stopped since. So, got quite a collection that I've got to work through now to build. Believe me. But the Nationals, we started this program a few years back, about 2018, for the kids to bring them in and give them something to do. And like I said, I've been a member of GTOAA for since before 2000, I think. So got a little experience there, a little time in there, and two local clubs, so model car group, like I said. So pretty busy. Retired now, so I've got time to do some things. So I'm hoping we can catch up a little bit.
And the kids always know Mr. Tim because of the hat. Look, bend your head down just a little bit so I can see that. There you go. You got the first and the last GTO on his hat. All right, Nick, tell us about yourself.
Nick Sickle, just Hot Wheel collector, Hot Wheel lover. Used to build model cars. Just kind of graduated to the smaller. I do custom Hot Wheels on occasion. Just coming here, having fun, playing with cars like I usually do at my Hot Wheel club.
And most importantly, you're your dad's number one son, right?
Yep.
Favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah. Number one backup, go-to guy.
All right. Tim, how long have you been a member of the GTOAA?
Yeah, like I said, going back to before '97, I think, because that was my first convention, I think, in Atlanta. So
I remember that one.
been there for a little while.
Okay.
So
And in your garage, any full-size Pontiacs?
yeah, I could claim a certain solar red '68 GTO. So
It's a nice color.
yep, red interior. It's
Original motor?
Yep, the original 400 motor. Trans rear is upgraded a little bit, but got a set of 15-inch Rally 2s on it. It's a red interior, dual get automatic car with power steering, power brakes, and air conditioning.
Okay.
So
What was it that drove you toward Pontiac of all the different car manufacturers?
I think my dad, we'd owned Pontiacs for years, like I said, and I think my first Pontiac was a '65 Tempest 4-door sedan. So moved up to a '68 GTO from there. A '70 Tempest, '75 Trans Am, '76 Trans Am. So I've had a few Pontiacs.
You had a few Pontiacs.
Yeah.
And recently just bought a new house, so you had room for all your die casts and stuff.
Yeah, I just moved into a new place, like I said, so I've got room for the collection, probably the biggest space I've ever had for a workshop, man cave, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
So,
And then I'm going to ask Nick the same question, but I'm gonna give him time to think about it. I'm gonna make you think on your feet, Tim. Because you customize Hot Wheels and models as well. What is the one that you're most proud of?
Me, it's probably gonna be the loan delivery that I did. I did it for a private party that we did at Hot Wheel Nationals. Unfortunately, it's part of what we call a custom swap. So I did not come home with it, but I do know where the car is located, and if need be, I can make another one. Um, we did it for this specific event, but everybody at the event was basically telling me, put it in the contest, put it in the contest. So I decided, well, why not? I put it in the contest, and I was out shopping around, and my buddy kept calling me, and let me know that I won first place.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
And because you won first place, you had to give it up, or was it because it was a swap?
because it was a swap. So
Okay.
the car right now is in Detroit with my friend Joe Alvarado. We call him Sparkles. And I've got the car that he did on the same version of the car.
Okay. Mr. Sickle?
Had to say, actually, it was there are two cars that I'll say first on. First one, the one I did was a '69 Carousel Red Judge, uh, automotive paint, polished out, fully wired engine and transmission, brake system, set of red lines and rally twos. That was my custom, and then unbeknownst to me, some club members got together and they wanted to thank me for my years of service and doing and working with the model car group that I belong to, the Maryland Automotive Models Association, or as we're called, the short name is Mama's Boys. So they, for my work with them, they actually bought an original unbuilt '68 MPC GTO and built it as a replica of my car. So that's two of my absolute favorites, I guess, in the collection at this point.
And you didn't bring that last year. You showed me pictures, right?
Right.
Okay. At some point, are you going to plan to bring it to a show and put it on display, or is it locked away safe in your house somewhere?
I could probably bring it for display. Yes, I never thought about that. We could bring a couple of those for display, but at this point, like I said, it's the issue. We pack things. We're so laser focused with everything leading up to the convention. Like I said, I'm more worried about getting things for the kids, getting things all set up and all that. So I don't think too much about my personal stash at that point. But yeah, that's probably something that could be easily done.
Well, before you guys jumped on there, you heard us over there. We were sitting there. We talked a lot about the future of the GTO Association of America and muscle cars in general with car shows. What do you see the future being? Let's go fast forward 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. What do you project seeing?
Well, like I said, we've got to keep nurturing the youngsters. Like I said, because in most cases, like I said, they're exposed to the cars, whether it's by their immediate parents or their grandparents or even friends. Like I said, so we nurture that. We keep them involved with that. Like I said, and the way to do that it probably is what we're doing. What we're trying to do now with these programs is years back when we started the build off program in 2018. I felt that we needed to give the kids a little something to do as far as these events go. They didn't have at that point. There wasn't a lot for them to do. So, other than maybe going to the pool, I mean, the guys all had the cars. The women may have had shopping trips. They may have had seminars they could do for things, but the kids didn't have that much. So I had kind of floated the idea of these build offs. Like I said, and the first build off went off with a bang. I mean, we had 18 kids that day. The reaction was tremendous, like I said, and they've done it ever since. Like I said, and I don't think it's ever ceased in intensity. Like I said, the kids, and I've developed a rapport with the kids. I mean, I feel like they're a group of my friends. Like I said, I've seen several of them, at numerous events here. Like I said, around the country here that they've traveled to. They look forward to it, like I said, and their reactions to the kids when we turn them loose, so to speak, with these kids is like phenomenal. It's like Black Friday shopping. I mean, they're almost crazy to try and get these kids to get started because they're so excited to do this. Like I said, so it's not only does it give them something, it gives them a big something to do. It gives them, they work with their hands. They're reading the instructions. They're understanding this. They're building these cars on their own. Some of the younger ones have a little problem possibly with some of the parts going together. They get a little help pushing things together. I mean, they're all snap kits, but they're all, the neat thing is they're Lego based snap kits from Airfix. So they're all based around the Lego construction of the blocks just snapping together with specific body panels made to feature the cars that they were using. We had several Lamborghinis. We had a few Audis. We had Volkswagen Bus. We've had Volkswagen Beetles in the past. We've had Bugatti Chiron. They do have a few American vehicles. They've got like a Raptor pickup, and they've got an older, like a '68 vintage Mustang. They've got like a 2010-ish Mustang. So we're working to get different cars for different events to give the kids a little bit of variety there. But
well, the one thing that you notice right away is the excitement for cars or for working with your hands. It's not gone in today's society. I mean, these kids, like you said, they literally ran and raced to get their model kit today. And then when they were done, they spent at least another half hour to an hour pushing them around or racing the Hot Wheels down the track. Like, the excitement's not gone. It's just too often we get these in our hands, in the hands of our kids, and
Yes.
it's easier to do that and get lost in the death scroll, as I call it, on social media or playing those video games than to get out and do it. So even if it's just once a year, bringing them out here and doing this, like, we know the excitement's still there. We just have to bring it to the top and more often.
yes, and this year as a trial balloon, we've in the past, in addition to the kits that the kids get to build, my son Nick has shopped for Pontiac Hot Wheels that we can give to the kids in addition to that. So we give them to those after the build off. And this year, we upped the ante a little bit by borrowing an older Hot Wheels racetrack from Nick's Hot Wheels Club, the C4, the Charm City Collectors Club, or C4 as it's called, for the kids to race on. The kids took to that like a duck to water. I mean, they couldn't stop. They were lining up to race on this track, and we even had a few adults that expressed an interest in getting involved with that. So
I won.
yeah, fast car until his daughter appropriated it.
Yeah, she kidnapped it from me.
So yeah,
so I guess I need to get used to that. Right, in about she's 9 now, so in about 7 years, I need to get used to that.
That's okay, because I beat her, Kurt, so it's okay.
All right.
Nick, do you want to show them that track real quick?
You want to show them the track?
The track, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
All right. You want to take your computer over there? Or you're going to use iPad? Got it. All right. Stand by. Oh, I don't have a car with me.
You got some.
You have an open car somewhere?
You,
The one that your dad, the custom one.
put your crash box down there at the end. You don't want to hit the wall with that one.
So he was just explaining this pickup truck he's getting around the track is the reason he got into Hot Wheel customization. Is the one that his dad, Tim, customized when he was younger. So he's like, he's like, that's awesome. Tonneau cover, did the headlights and taillights
So
on
pretty
it.
much
Did
this
you do custom graphics on the side
what we
too?
got.
No, that's pretty much there.
That was
We
there.
added a little bit of the foil work and the clear amber, clear red marker
Let me get
and turn
you in
signal and taillights. So
Can you see it?
Yes, I can see him. All right.
And here, this is pretty much it.
And then you run to the other end and pick it up and bring it back and do it again. Some of those kids probably ran a half mile today.
Yeah.
Exercise too. So, well, Tim and Nick, I appreciate you guys stopping by and talking to us. And I appreciate all you do for the kids in the club and for the future of the hobby.
Well, and thanks. We appreciate it. Like I said, the kids have shown their appreciation. So I know that they really appreciate it and they really enjoy it. Like I said, so we're trying to ramp that up and give them more fun things to do here in the future. So something to bear in mind. Like I said, bring the car, you can bring the kids, and you can all have some fun.
Absolutely. Well, thanks again for stopping by, and we'll see you tomorrow, because tomorrow we'll be busy judging all those model cars over there. It's going to be a tough task.
Yeah.
Tough
task.
on that. All right, Eric's going to take you on a little tour over there, and while he does that, I'll go ahead and wrap up and remind you one more time. If you're not a member of the GTOAA, go ahead and jump on our website, www.gtoaa.org. It's a very easy form to fill out. It's $45 for the year, and you get access to the Legend magazine, which is an award-winning magazine. It's full color. It comes every month, so you get 12 issues for the year. And it always has a reader submission in there, and there's a classified section, as well as all of our marketing partners. So if you're not a member yet, go become a member today. What are you waiting on? This could be us. Next year, we're going to be in Loveland, Colorado. So beautiful scenery out there, too. Eric, anything you want to add before we jump off here?
No, I think, biggest thing is share it. Just share this podcast. Join the GTOA. That's our other big thing that we're here to do.
All right. Till next time, turn them and burn them.